hell wide, and there's a lady next door that needs to help change the shift time or something. We double. It doesn't matter what I said, one more here anyway. I was just saying, the lady next door to the construction site raises holy hell with them. It's very entertaining. She doesn't like the music, that is. They haven't played any La Bamba music. I mean, I think she's headed that off at the pass. I didn't have any music played over here either. Maybe maybe it's been frowned upon or something. I don't know. You know, it's not us taxpayers that have the rights in Austin, Texas. No, it's those that come with bags of money. Right, people on the city council. Yep.
Well, good evening, Lynn, if you can hear me from W5C Camp on a K.
I do hear you, Guy. I'm still barefooted, and I expect you are too, but you're sounding good. How things on your end?
Oh, it's kind of muggy. Hot and muggy, you know. Actually, we had some break from the weather here the last few days, and it's going to get hot again for the week now, but that's summertime in Texas there, over.
Well, we haven't had a break. It was 104 yesterday and 104 today as I was driving around in it in the car. Now, they're promising us Monday and Tuesday the high-pressure area may move west, and we might get a little moisture. I'm crossing all fingers and toes.
Roger, roger. Yep, sounds good to me. Any little break we can get will be great. Yeah, I'm still barefooted tonight.
And I'm OJB. Hello there, Denver.
Hello, hot dog. I'm getting ready. I'm where I can check into both of this almost boat anchor and the boat anchors now. I'm at the almost boat anchor time, and they're not here, so I consider myself checked in.
Well, you're still almost.
And whenever it's boat anchor time, I'll put the boat anchor on. Back to you, Mr. Lynn.
Well, I don't know enough to say anything. I'm just passing the time of day.
What are you talking about? You're the melodious voice of the BoatAnchorNet and the illustrious, what do you call it? Net control.
Or we could just call it end of the day wind down time.
Dang, I'd be careful. It sounds like he wants to borrow money.
Yeah.
We'll bring it in there, and you've got your radios too. The 3870, the voice of America, and the one and only BoatAnchorNet tonight with the melodious voice of the illustrious Mr. Lyn out of Austin, Texas.
That's the nicest thing anybody ever said about it.
Well, thank you.
Wait, you running for Congress or what?
Jay, that was my thought.
Let me turn on the boat anchor. Dang it, the almosters don't look like gonna show up.
Well, I don't know. I'm almost on a boat anchor on the 830, but the other one's already warmed up. And at my house, it's 650 CAN 5 QS.
J5 Yachte Friday.
K5LY.
10-5 OJB. Yeah, 10-5 OJB. Weakest signal of the band. Mercy, did I die? Where did everybody go?
We're just sitting here listening to you.
Oh, okay.
Little past 10 till W5CMK.
Well, Jay, as I switched over to this radio, I thought that maybe it wasn't receiving you, that nobody was talking.
No, it's got that quiet of a receiver, huh?
I didn't hear a soul say a word till you said something to me. But then I heard, dang, listen to me, I can't even call his name now, talking.
Okay.
Damn, I must be getting Alzheimer's.
BoatAnchorNet.
Must have the onset of Alzheimer's.
Okay, let's see if this is going to work. KM5 QS.
Well, let's see if anybody's around yet. This is November 5, Juliet Golf X-ray. N5JG. Howdy, Hugo, K5LYN. Hey. How you doing, man? Yeah, we're just hanging out. A lot of us are being quiet because I'm going to have to talk a lot here in a little bit.
How's the M2 sounding tonight, Lynn?
Was that you, Jay?
Yeah, I'm on the KWM2A now.
Oh, it's working fine. You know, I will continue to say it's not quite as good as your S-line was, but it's perfectly good.
Well, I'm still working on it. I had it apart today, spraying down the mic gain pot and, checking a few other things. I got I think I got a little bit of an issue going on with my exciter tuning control. Sometimes I have to wiggle it to make it work right. So, it's just like everything else, a work in progress. But at least I've got it to back up to the 500-600 watt range.
Yeah, it's working fine. And most of those kind of things really work better if we use the radio a lot.
Yeah. The longer I let it warm up, the better it works.
Yeah, on the older S-lines, the S1, there's a tendency for the band switch that you have to sometimes rock it back and forth a little bit. I don't have that on my S3 here, but I've seen a lot of S1s where that's the case. And the more you use them, the better they work.
Yeah, that old S-line I had was a pretty good set, but I had to make a decision. I was completely out of room, stacked up everywhere, and that way I got rid of I opened up more real estate. I was able to still keep a Collins, set up, but anyway.
Well, real estate's an issue. I'm overwhelmed right now. But your S-line was pristine. It had beautiful audio, and that's perfect. What you're on now is perfectly good, but it's not quite that pristine that the S-line was.
Yeah, I don't know if that fellow. I think he said he was. He might not. He's kind of put it on display. I don't know if he's ever put it on the air or not.
He was going to do the other net tonight or not, or what the deal was. I guess he's out of pocket or whatever. All right, well, we're here. We're listening, standing by for the net as well. N5JGX. I guess that was a triple. I heard Hugo and I heard Jay, and there was somebody else.
Oh, okay.
WA5ERJ Friday.
Yeah, we don't have to get anything right.
There you go. KM5QS, 7 o'clock.
What's that, Jay?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, okay. Well, we've got everything warming up here at least. 7 o'clock now.
WB5TXW, and it's 94 degrees here.
100 degrees, 103 feels like. Oh, we've only got 31% humidity today.
Hey, that's pretty low for your area, isn't it?
Yes, it is. That's why it doesn't, that's why the feels like temperature isn't 112.
Yeah, really.
I wouldn't know anyway. I hadn't been out trying all day. I was staying in here underneath the AC.
Well, I had to go to South Austin, and this morning to get there, it was a 30-minute drive, but to get home this afternoon, it was 1 hour. Wow.
Yep, that's what I don't like about Austin.
Yeah, it's no fun.
Yeah, you have traffic.
Well, all right. Well, we'll stand by for that. We're listening. Inside Stage here. No, say, Hugo, let me ask you something about your antenna. It seems to me like you ought to be stronger than you are. We're not that far apart.
Oh, we're further apart now than we were. I'm up here by Lakeline now, and
I'm just using the fan dipole that Matt built up. Oh, well, that's it then. I thought you were still not that far from me. I didn't know you'd moved.
yeah, we have that. So we're up here, up to the northwest part of Austin.
Oh, okay. Well, now see what'll happen when we get around to the winter, when we got some skip going, I'll hear you great. Right now, Jay is stronger than you are, and I didn't think that was right, but no, you just explained it.
Roger, Roger. Well, those guys down the band, they're flattening her in big time.
No, they're up the band.
Yeah, that's the band, I should say.
If they were down the band, we wouldn't hear them. Well, not much, anyway.
Well, considering they're 3 KC away from us, we shouldn't be hearing them anyway.
You're right. If they were down a band, we wouldn't be hearing them with no wider than these radios receive.
Can't have enough mic gain.
Yeah, that's what I meant, because what do these things run, like 2.1? Or I think the Collins only runs about 2.1, doesn't it?
Well, my experience with the Collins mechanical filters, Jay, is usually if somebody has a clean signal, if they're 2.5 KC away, they're not going to bother me, you know. But we get these guys from Slattern, and they get a lot wider than that.
My F line seems to consistently be 2.8.
Really? That's pretty wide. You mean on your receive or your transmit?
I'm using the Shure 444. That may have something to do with it.
Oh, okay. Well, we're talking about receive bandwidth.
Oh, I have no idea what my receive bandwidth is.
Yeah, I was talking receive too. And what I'm saying is, if they're 3 KC away and not Slattern, we shouldn't hear them.
Well, I'm not hearing them tonight.
Oh, I just hear a little scratching, but that's about it.
I hear them just a little bit.
I've got a filter in my head. I grew up with it. Evening, Rusty.
Evening, Jacob.
You staying out of trouble? Man, that ain't no fun.
Sometimes it is. It may not be fun, but it's a challenge.
day, Rusty. I saw an ad on QCH. Guy had a picture of a FT-107 station. The whole thing. I mean, the power supply, the VSO, the speaker, and something else. There was about 4 or 5 pieces there, and had the whole thing in the end. Had it sitting up on an altar like a 4-wheel ATV, and his question was, anybody know what it's worth?
That was a whole swan station?
No, J2 FT-107.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he had everything from power supply on up, but let's see, the remote VFO, the speaker, the power supply, radio. No, I guess that's about it. That's enough.
Yeah, there's a matching trench burger too. Which I have. Yeah.
Oh, because we're so close, you sound like you're really hot tonight.
Could be.
Yeah, Rusty, I hadn't got around to saying it, but I agree. It's too loud.
Okay, I dropped the mic gain back a little bit. That help?
Maybe a little bit more. You're real loud here.
Okay, how about that?
Okay, I'm beginning to like it quite a bit better. What do you think, guy?
I think you can come down just a bit more, but it's minimal right there.
All right, I brought it in just a touch more.
Very nice.
Yeah, leave it there.
You're on that BM800, ain't you?
That's the only one I got to work right now. My high dollar mic laid down on me.
Well, that sounds good now. WW9W.
Hey, hello, Robert.
Hey, what's happening?
Well, not much. That's the first time I had it on the switched over to this rig, so I didn't know where to set it.
Well, you got it on the money now, I think.
All right. Well, don't let me monopolize it. I'm just waiting on the net.
Hey, good afternoon, Rusty, KK5SW.
Hey, good afternoon, Greg.
There's a bad old Indian in plain old K5 BOI.
Oh, Robert, WW9W, K5, bad old engine.
Hey, John, how you doing over there, man? Doing good. You on the HC32?
No, we're on the KWM2 tonight.
Oh, that's what I'm on.
Yeah, that's what I'm on.
Just too doggone hot to go out in Studio B.
All three of us on that.
Oh, there's a whole lot of KWM2 going on out there tonight.
Roger.
That car was too fast for me. Was it K5BOA?
GOI, I think.
Yeah, BOI, bad old Indian.
BOI, thank you.
Y'all had to bribe the Indian agent to get off the reservation tonight. I gave him a little bit of Jack Daniels and he fell asleep, so. I thought that was a reservation station. Got a tower going up through that hole in the middle of your teepee.
What are y'all trying to do? Figure out who the hell's gonna call the net?
WA5, we got J Friday.
W9WID. N50JB, weakest signal in the nation. For IB. W5CFK.
K5R.
K5 bad old Indian.
K5
60. WB5TXW for IT. Oh, Bob.
Oh, Lord.
I got some books for you, or an author. Alan First, WRST.
Yeah, I already know about it.
Well, I'm plowing through, I'm on the fourth one. I've got 4 more to go.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah, but it made me decide that World War II really started August 17th, 1936, not September 1st, 1939.
Yeah, you're talking about the intervention in Spain.
Affirmative, the dress rehearsal.
Yeah. With the Condor Legion.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, it inspires me to get on the internet and look up all kinds of stuff that, guess what? They never taught me in school or least of all in the family, Elvis.
I understand.
Du verstehst du, jawohl. Okay, WB5TXW standing by for now.
Well, I hope you're on as hot as we've been. We've been, our day is 110 here.
Oh, it consistently is cooler at my house than what you hear at Camp Mabry. Today it only got up to 96. Monday at Mabry it was 110. At my house it was 103. Remember, I have trees.
Just keeps up a little now.
Where's 94 EDA? Where's he at this evening? About 30?
I double with you, Bob. Say again.
Somebody looking for Byron.
Hi, Mike.
Oh, I gotta get the amp to kick in. There we go. WA5MTT. Hello, Lynn.
Yeah, I was hearing you fine, even the other way.
Well, that's good.
I'm still barefooted.
Roger. I need to use this thing more. It doesn't want to key up.
Well, it sounds great.
Well, it'll teach me to put the headphones on, won't it?
That'll make you deaf, won't it, Jay?
Holy mackerel.
Come on, get it done.
Wonder how many cycles per second that is about what I'm hearing on my receiver.
Well, a lot of radios that injection audio tone are 1,000, 1,500 cycles, something like that. I don't know if that was Collins or not, but it could have been.
Yeah, well, if that was Mike, I know he's blowing to Collins, I think, and you know what I'm listening on, Collins.
Me too. I know some guys who can hear it and know pretty much what it is. I think we got at least one on frequency here, but it's not me. Well, that wasn't me.
It wasn't me either.
That was about 400. Close to 500. 480 till the 8 feet tall. 480. Yeah, Bob, I can recognize middle C on a piano or a guitar, but that's about it. That's 523. One double. I can recognize middle C on a piano or a guitar, but that's about it. So, middle C is about 523. You know, that little single, if you listen to WWE, that little single tone they kill when they say it's a tone, it'll be such and such. That little tone is 1,000 types of tone. That little tone, the single tone. Not the one that goes for, 30, 40 seconds. But the one where it says that's the tone the sound will be, and then they give that little single tone, that's just right at 1,000.
Yeah, the old dial tone is A440. Good evening, N5DMC.
Don't forget 2600. Get where you can tell my 2125 just about here. At least I can. I don't know if it's clean, but I can.
Hello, Doug. K5, bad old Indian.
Yeah, hey, John. Good evening. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how far off frequency I am.
You're close
No,
enough.
that's not a problem, my friend. Y'all are pretty fast with those calls. I didn't get one right. I thought I heard inside NC. What was it, Chris?
Yeah, good evening, Lynn. Yes, November 5, Delta, Mike Charlie. Here?
Ah, Mike. Okay, I had that.
Yeah, she's in the other room. So, do we have no recording tonight?
I haven't heard from Matt, and Scott's been sick with heart trouble, so I don't know.
Scott's recording right now.
Well, Scott sent the email to Matt also, so if, I don't know if Matt's recording or not, but he's aware anyway.
Scott's recording as we speak.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Awesome, Scott. Way to go, my friend.
Dog, N5DMC, WW9W.
Hello, Mr. Robert. Boy, you're coming in strong, but how I could expect that? Well, you're just holding up what I would expect there. So, good evening to you, sir.
Okay, 5 minutes. Everybody's got some big signals sounding real good up here. Good to hear you, man. WW9W is listening.
Yeah, Robert, good to hear you too. And I heard B's Dead Doe the other day doing the Texoma Traders, so he sounded in good shape. So that's good to hear.
WA5EIJ Friday.
Yeah, he was in this morning. Yep, he was in this morning. He's doing much better. WW9W.
Okay, I'll go ahead and set on the side. Good evening, everybody. November 5 Delta, Mike Charlie.
Doug, we're going to call you when we kick off the net.
Oh, I'd be pleasured.
You've got an elaborate QRZ.com page here I'm looking at.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you mentioned that the other day, and I had to get on there and see just how old all that stuff was. But yeah, the Clipperton L, there's just not a lot of really good photos out there, so I took a few in a how-to thread that I did there under the radio amplifier department, and so I just kept a few just for reference, and I'll probably replace them with some Drake stuff here pretty soon.
Not a nice set.
There was a station that called. Go ahead, one more time.
Oh, I was IDing.
My AGC is rather slow on the Swan 500. Say your call one more time.
Whiskey 5, Charlie Mike Kilo, one of the net controls.
Good evening, Whiskey Charlie. 5 Mike Kilo. Very good.
Now, try that again. That's Whiskey 5, Charlie Mike Kilo. That's Guy.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Sorry. I'm just sitting down here.
You'll use my excuse. A while ago, my blood sugar was only about 64. I wasn't sure who I was.
I'm real good with a .5 millimeter mechanical pencil, but I'll tell you, speed is not one of the attributes.
Damn it! I'm just going to stay keyed up. I don't know if I'm doubling or not. Probably am.
Hello, Jay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to put the headphones on so it wouldn't disturb the other half. And, damn.
Yeah, I think that drove a few nails out of the woodwork over on this end.
Evening, guys. Whiskey 5, Delta Kilo.
Good evening.
That's zero there.
Close enough. Oh, that's weird. In the headphones, I can hear the sound this thing makes when I unkey.
WB5TX.
Hello, Charlie.
Is that you, Dan?
No, that was Doug over there, Charlie.
Oh, okay. My mistake.
That's okay. You get used to it. I'm on sideband, so yeah, Charlie, I recognize your call. Just giving you a hey boy howdy here from College Station, N5DMC.
Yeah, it's WB5NXD. I'm listening.
All right. Well, the name here is Doug. I'm gonna go get me something cold to drink. I'll see you guys in a couple.
Okay, Doug. They're not having the BoatAnchorNet tonight?
I believe so. You're just in time. It'll be on in about 7 minutes. 6.5 minutes. Don't start no rumors.
I'm not trying to.
All I say is that's about legal limit.
Well, I got some boat anchors, but none of them work.
You need to get out
Check. 1, 2. Ain't nothing I can talk on anyway.
Speaking of golden screwdriver, anybody heard from Al?
No, since he moved.
He must have had a little problem getting an antenna up.
I think he moved himself somewhere where he ain't gonna put one in.
Oh, okay.
Who moved?
Al, up in Wimberley. Our official golden screwdriver mechanic.
You remember when he moved somewhere here to Austin?
Well, if I knew it, I forgot that I knew it.
Yeah, he was supposed to have moved back a few months ago, man. Don't you remember?
Yeah, now that y'all talk about it, I do.
He moved into a smaller place, didn't he?
Well, was he moving to his daughter's, or was he moving to an assisted living place?
I think you're right, Jay.
Yeah, I don't know that any of us know how to find him.
His son is up here somewhere. I could probably track him down that way.
Yeah, it'd be good to know how he's doing.
Well, let me talk and look at my meter. Looks pretty good with the amplifier, K5LYS.
Yeah, there you are. Hello, Lynn.
Yeah, looks better here, too.
Sounds better up here, Lynn. Hello, Lynn. KE5Q.
Okay.
How you been?
And WA5EDX.
Jim, I got you on the list, and I'll add Byron, too.
Yeah, can you hear me, Byron? Loud and clear. Okay, WA5EDX, KE5Q. Good evening, everybody.
Hello, Jim. Hello, Byron. WW9W.
Robert, I left Christina a voicemail. Should call me back yet.
Yeah, she'll call you back. Yeah, she'll call you back.
Well, Lynn, who's first?
I think I did it last week, didn't I, since I've been traveling?
Works for me.
I guess between you and Jay.
Well, I haven't got a list, so go ahead.
Well, all right.
KE5Q, WA5EIJ. Real quick, hello. Nice to hear you, Jim.
Does anyone need this frequency for emergency use? If so, come now, please. Hearing none, good evening, everybody. My name's Guy. My call sign is Whiskey 5 Charlie Mike Kilo. And we're about to dive off into the about these old vintage tube rigs, sideband. AM, if you want to get real good zero beat on us, we always welcome y'all too. Boat anchor related sales are welcome. Let's see. This is a directed net. If anyone needs to, well, if you would, please direct all your comments, questions, and concerns through one of the net controls at the time, which I'm one, JKM5QS is one, and K5LYN is the other one. Don't believe Mr. Jim down there in Uvalde is going to make it tonight. Alright, tonight I'm running my Drake TR4, running into a Henry 2K Classic Export up to a dual band double bazooka at about 45 feet. And I'm using a Shure 444 microphone. And that's what we got going on here tonight. Tonight we got a few folks on the list, and I'll go down through here. I'll pick a few up, throw it down to either Lynn or Jay, and they can pick a few up. We'll get through our pre-list here. We'll check and see if we've missed anyone. If we have, we'll get you in there, and then after that we'll start taking some check-ins. Hey, Robert, WW9W, come on in with that big old booming signal.
All right, let me see if I can get it in here. Hey, good evening, man. Good evening, everybody. Good to hear Jim, K5Q. And that's cool. The dog, DMC, and that bad old Indian over there. Everybody's got some big old signals here this evening. I'm on my KWM2 here. Hold on a second here. Let me get this over here. Yeah, I'm on my KWM2 and running it into a 30L1. And I'm using a Shure 444 here also. And double bazooka, the dual band 8040. Looks like about, about 600-700 watts from the 30L1. And it seems to be okay. When I first got out here, there had a little bit of something that's going on. I guess the contacts need cleaning. I moved the emission switch around a bit, and it picked back up, but it had disappeared on me. I'm like, oh man, I gotta pull something else out here. But anyway, good to hear you. Appreciate you running the net, and we look forward to it here. We'll be here for the duration here. So, I'll hand it back over to you there, and I'll be listening out. Got WW9W here in Allen. Name is Robert, by the way, for those who don't know. Name is Robert. Go ahead.
All right, good deal, Robert. Yep, you're doing what you always do, booming in over here in East Texas, so everything ought to be working right. Hey, Mr. Joseph, EIJ, come on in and let us know what you got going on.
W5 Country Music King and all the Boat Anchor guys. This is Whiskey Alpha 5 Echo India Juliet Joseph from Magnolia. You guys, as always, are listening to my Central Electronics 200V. I'm listening to you guys on the Drake R4 Charlie. And, Guy, I sure hope you hadn't blown no fuses today. Back to net.
Well, actually, Joseph, it didn't get blown today, but I did blow one here about a month ago in that little Henry, and that was one of the problems with it, but I think we're going to have her going here for long.
Good for that. You guys carry on.
All right, good deal, Joseph. I got a Kilo Alpha 5 Lima Uniform Mary. I believe your name's Marty over in Louisiana. Come on in, young man.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot here near Baton Rouge, and I'm just on the radio, the Flex Radio, and nice to be on the net, thanks.
All right, good deal, Marty. Well, be sure and come on back every Wednesday night. We do this same bat time, same bat frequency.
Sure will.
All right, good deal. WB5TXW. Hey, George, come on in.
Well, howdy, Mr. Guy. It's a privilege to be here for the finest hour of amateur radio for the week. So I'm on all the S line.
32S175S330L1, the power supply, the speaker box all lined up on the library table I got from Bob way back when. 75-meter dipole. Said it was 450 ohm twin lead 2060 antenna tuner, Shure 444 microphone, which is a miracle microphone. So it's all working good. I must say, this net is like magic to be able to hear tube radios through a tube receiver. I fell onto it by accident with a 51S one that I had from Bob, and then Bob got it back. Collins 51S one, more or less. So that bug bit me over.
Yeah, well, you know, once it gets a hold of you, it's kind of like a snapping turtle. It don't give up till the thunder comes.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, that's it. Everything's going good. It's hot, but this is July, and guess what? We have August to look forward to. So this is WB5TXW back to net.
All right, George. Yep, sounding good as usual over here. And yeah, you got to wait for the thunder to make a racket for them snapping turtles, and tube radios will let go of you. All right, I'm going to pick up Denver, and then I'm going to throw it down there to Lee and let him get a little bit of this. Hey, Denver, N50JB, come on in. Well, he must be outside. Let's see, N5, India, Golf, X-Ray. Hugo, come on in. Well, maybe I didn't get the call sign right. Is that Juliet Golf X-Ray?
Yeah, JGX.
Okay, sorry about that. I can't even read my own right. JGX, go ahead. Well, I guess we'll come back in. Let me grab Rusty and I'm going to throw it to you, Lynn. WK5R, come on.
Hey, good evening there, Guy, and everybody on the BoatAnchorNet. This is WK5R. We're located up here halfway between Dallas and Tyron, a little town called Wells Point. And we're running tonight our ST101EE. We're using the BM800 microphone because our Audio Technica bit the dust. We're doing right at legal limit. We're driving the GS35B homebrew amp with the AC into the band dipole. That's what we got going on here. So back to you there, Guy, and catch you a little later. WK5R.
Okay, good deal, Rusty. Yep, sounding pretty good once we got you tuned in a little bit there. Got a little bit of that super duper go fast hot audio off of there. Sounds pretty good. Hey, Lynn, you want to pick up a few K5LYN, W5CMK in the boat anchors?
Yeah, I'll take a shot at it. Good evening, folks. This is K5LYN. My name's Lynn. I'm in Austin. This is the Collins S3 line, driving a 30L1 into an 80-meter loop about 15 and 20 feet off the ground, fed with ladder line to a Johnson matchbox. All right, let's see here. Where are we? How about K5BOI? John, how about it? Over to you, K5LYN. Okay, there's another absent without authority. How about Bob, KA5CXG?
Well, I'm here. K5CXG from hot San Angelo. Y'all been hot, but we've been hotter. And that's the way it goes. Last week I was out at the lake. I had my 820 out there. I had an antenna up, but I didn't think y'all would hear me, so I didn't check in. But this week I'm back in town. I will redo my antenna out at the lake so I can get in from out there. And not much else going on. It's been just absolutely miserable. It's been 100 or over 100 for 38 days. And we had 110 the other day and 112 in some places. Anyway, it's been a hot summer, and I'm sure y'all know the story. And hope everybody has a good week. I certainly have, and look forward to seeing everybody on tonight. I've got the Collins R388 with the product detector sitting over here all warmed up, and I'll switch over to it. soon as I get off of this 765. But everybody have a good week. Catch y'all later. K560.
All right, Bob. Nice signal into Austin. And yeah, this is a miserable summer so far. Not quite as hot as what you got, but bad enough. I think we're 25, 26 days over 100, something like that. No fun. And by the way, when I look out the window, it looks like it's mid-afternoon out there. It's amazing that we've got good enough propagation to do the net, because I don't see any evidence of evening when I look out my window out there. All right, how about Mike, WA5MTT? What do you say, Mike?
Yeah, hello, Lynn, and everyone on the BoatAnchorNet. Tonight we're on the Collins S-Line, Winged Emblem S-Line station again. This is, this one was purchased in 1961. I bought it from the original owner's son, and both the 32S1 transmitter, the 75S2 receiver, and the 30S1 amplifier were all part of the original station, and the 312B4 station console. So I recapped it and went through it like you'd have to do with these things, and it's been a very dependable station. The microphone is Electro Voice 664, and like I said, it just I just turn it on every week and it works, and I just love it. So other than that, nothing new. Just got more toys here to work on, and I know what to do with. I just wish I didn't have to work as much as I do, but that's okay. I like to check so I can buy more toys. Back to you, Lynn. K5LYN, WA5MTT.
Oh, we never outgrow our need for great toys. I'm certain of it. That's how we know we're still alive. And, Mike, you'll always have my total admiration for hanging in there with that 30S1. Mine nearly destroyed me, but I survived the experience. But you've done a great job with it. Beautiful signal. All right, let's see. How about Doug, N5DMC? What about it, Doug, K5LYN?
Yeah, good evening, Lynn, and Boat Anchor's Unlimited Net. Yeah, the finest hour in amateur radio. Didn't Winston Churchill say something like that? I know it was on a radio and he was saying something like that. So anyway, yeah, I was listening to you go talking about calling stuff, and it reminds me of the awesome movie back in the early 60s. Shot out at Catalina Island off the coast of L.A., California, called the Glass Bottom Boat, and she was talking to her dad on. She had some kind of remote control in a headset, but I remember it did show some Collins gear, so I don't know exactly what kind. But in any event, good evening, everybody. This is Doug from College Station talking to you on a Swan 500, and it is reliable, high rel. This stuff, I mean, what else could it be? It's lasted this long. All it needed was some silver oxide removed from the band switch, and and so there you go. It's talking on an EV638 microphone, running over to a L4 Bravo. That is a old Drake running dual 3500Z tubes, and those are the Chinese tubes, and from our part, so there's a plug. Anyway, it's going up to just a bare bones horizontal V-beam, no bowing, no tuner, nothing, and it's close to 40 degrees, and so that gives me my 50 ohms. And I can tune it on any other frequency if I got a tuner. So that's a quick rundown here. Yeah, the weather's been a little hot. Getting ready to change QTHs, but still got the antenna up, and that'll be the last thing that comes down, sort of like the flag on the fort. It'll be lowered, probably with an official procedure. So in any event, anyway, I'll turn it back to you, Lynn. K5LYN. This is N5DMC.
Doug, is it a move way off or just relocating there in the area?
Oh yeah, just to relocate in the area. I got a couple acres I'm going to add to the property line here, and then it'll give us a little bit more room, and we'll be able to, put up a couple more antennas.
Oh, that's a good move, absolutely. And let me say your Swan 500 is doing a great job. I have a 500C, which is sidelined right now. I think it's a relay issue, but I'll get back to it. I've got some other projects I'm working on right now. What about that movie, Glass Bottom Boat? Is that something I need to look up on demand?
I think, you can find it on Amazon, and I think it's maybe not even Prime. They save the good stuff and they make you pay. But Doris Day is in there, and she's talking to her dad out a couple different scenes on the old shortwave radio.
Well, that sounds fun. We'll take a look at it one of these days. All right. Anything else for the net this evening?
No, I wish everybody stay cool. Get out and get a little bit of heat. That way you raise your tolerance up and it won't hit you. Hydrate. And best is 73 from College Station. N5, Dog My Cat.
Very good. Nice signal. All right. Could I get this right? KE5Q. Jim, how you doing?
Yeah, good evening, Lynn. K5LYN and the net. This is Kilo Echo 5 Quebec. And sounding good to hear everybody. Say good evening to Doug there. Talk to him sometimes on ancient modulation. Well, we're running exactly the same station, the rundown that Robert WW9W gave. Exactly. The KWM2 to the 3001 to the Ultimax Double Bazooka and using the Shure 444. So we've got exactly the same stations here. And appreciate you calling in that, both of you guys, Guy and you. K5LYN, KE5Q, Plano. And the name is Jim.
Yeah, very fine, Jim. I think about a third of us on the net have 30L1, and at least half of us have Shure 444s. me too, because we know they work. All right, good to hear you this evening. All right, let's see what Byron's got to say. Mr. EDX, tell us about it, K5LYN.
Yeah. K5LYN in the net, W5EDX, Bluffdale, Texas. Well, no Collins here tonight. No, we're Swan. We're drifting by. Same old Swan segment I was on last weekend, running barefoot up into an inverted V about 35 feet. And it's hot up here too. A D104 mic, that's the story, old particle board, ham radio table. So, can't get any more down to earth than that, can you? Let's see, just been over here working on a CR4. It's kind of beating my rear right now, having a little trouble figuring it out, but finding a couple of interesting things here and there. Maybe by next week I'll have it on. I was hoping to have the old Drake on tonight, but no luck there. So back to you, Lynn, and hope everybody has a good week. Stay warm. K5LYN, WA5EDX.
Hey, Byron, is that Swan on barefooted?
Correct.
Oh, it's got a beautiful signal. It's got great audio. You really scored on that deal. I think, did I remember you got that at a real bargain price?
Yeah, well, I can't beat the $10 Swan 500 we heard last week, I believe. But this does have the built-in power supply, and I paid $25, so not bad.
I think you've done some spectacular work on those low-priced radios, and that signal sounds great. All right, that takes care of the main list that I've got here. Let me go back and see if I can pick up some people. Then I'll see if Jay wants to talk. Hey, Denver, you there? N50JB, how about it? Okay, I'm assuming we lost Denver. How about N5JTX, Hugo? Okay, how about K5BOI, John? Well, Jay, I think they've gone over the hill. KM5, WQ5J, you want to talk to some folks? Well, Guy, I guess I'll give it to you.
Oh, sorry, I'm not WQ5J, but anyway. KM5QS, I think, last time I looked. Yeah, I'll see if there's somebody else out there. It's already gone through about 16 months here, so might be getting a little, we might have fished the pond out already. This is Jay, KM5QS down here in Allen, Texas. Tonight I'm on the KWM2 Alpha. That's the 312B5 remote VSO station console, 3001, 270 speaker, although I'm using headphones right now. working on a 160-meter homemade dipole, 600-ohm ladder line balance tuner, stuff like that. Homemade T-line too. And that's all. That's what we're doing. Anyone that we haven't caught yet wants to check in for BoatAnchorNet, come down, please.
November 5, Juliet Golf X-ray checking in.
Whiskey Oscar Zulu.
Kilo.
Whiskey 5 X-Ray United.
Whiskey 5, India Sierra. W5 KO.
Okay, I've got about 5 of you there, so let me run through this and then we'll catch up. Okay, you go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, fellas, and 5JGX checking in. Working with the 570 here. And since we have so many, I'll just keep it short. Say hello to everyone and hope everybody's having a good week, trying to stay cool. And summer's almost over. We're about through the middle of it here. At 5JGX with everybody else.
Okay, you go. Good deal. Sounding good down here. We got good propagation. Light winds are a good thing, I guess. 5DK. What's that? W5DK? Go ahead.
Yeah, W5DK. You good, Jay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, good evening there, everybody. It's Don Delta Oscar November, W5DK. I'm north of San Antonio. I don't know what everybody's complaining about with the heat because our high temperature here has only reached 85, 86. And yes, I'm lying. Station here is TR4, D104 through 2060 tuner out to a double extended zip. And yes, I'm suffering just like everybody else. Good to hear everybody. And thanks to Lynn and Guy and yourself to running the net. Back to you, Jay. W5DK.
Good deal, Don. Yeah, it's 85. You mean in the house, right? Oh, okay. I understand. I can't complain. I haven't hit a lick today. I've been inside. It's been about 78 degrees all day long, and I love it. Tomorrow may be a different story, though. Alrighty, I believe the next one may be David, W5XU.
Good evening, Jay, and good evening to all the boat anchors out there. This is W5XU talking to you on a Drake TR7, going to an L7, going to a MN2700, to an 80-meter dipole running east-west up about 60 feet. And the microphone is, like everybody else, the 444 Shure. A little noise here, but okay. Been spending most of the day doing yard work, running around putting sprinklers in, trying to discourage the caterpillars from eating all of my azaleas. But anyway, it's been a hot day. It's nice to sit inside of a house that's cool. God bless you all. W5XU.
Right, back at you, David. Thanks for checking in. Sounding great as usual. And them old TR7, that's a great rig. I think next on the list there might be a fellow named Doug. Yes, go ahead.
Jay, did you call me this W5IS?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay, you're a little light coming in here, and good afternoon to the Boat Anchors Net. I got to apologize tonight. I'm running a Flex 6400 into a Maritron 1306 and into a vertical antenna. So, but I was listening, and I decided to go ahead and check in. A lot of good signals. Appreciate you letting me in. W5IS.
Oh, okay, Doug. Well, I was going to say I'd have to bump it up if I'm a little right, but you got a vertical antenna up there. I guess it's your fault. So, no, thanks for checking in, Doug. We'll catch you later on. All right, next one I've got is Kilo Uniform. Go ahead, sir. Okay. Whoever else checked in and I didn't call you, come out.
OJB.
Oscar Zulu.
Alrighty.
Whiskey recheck with a question.
Go ahead, Denver.
All right, this is Denver inside OJB out of Gonzales, Texas, and y'all got your radios tuned to 3870 and the BoatAnchorNet tonight. Some of the melodious voices of Jay and Lynn and Guy on this BoatAnchorNet net controls. Wonderful sounding gentlemen. But I'm running an FT101EX, driving an old FL 2100F into an inverted V dipole with an apex at about 30 foot. And I'm using a Shure 44 microphone on it. So I'll just give it back to you, Jay, with that melodious voice of yours.
Okay, Denver. I'm not sure exactly what it is you're drinking, but I think I might like to try some. Thanks there, Denver, anyway, which is always fun with what you're doing. Triple White, 8 whiskey Oscar Zulu. Go ahead, Dan.
Yes, good evening, Jay. Hey, there was somebody that want to do a recheck. You want to get in first?
I didn't hear it, okay, I'll go ahead. Go recheck. Go ahead.
Yes, Jay, this is WB5TXW. W5IS said he was using a vertical antenna. I was just curious as to the dimensions of his vertical 75-meter antenna over.
Well, that's a good question. He didn't say. Doug, tell us more about your vertical. Or he may have gone on there, George.
Oh, well, win a few, lose a lot, story of my life, but I wouldn't mind having a vertical 75-meter antenna. WB5TXW back to net.
WD6 TCO. Sounds good over here in Nederland, Texas.
Alrighty, good deal. Okay, Dan, K8, Whiskey Oscar Zulu, go ahead.
Okay, thanks, Jay. This is Dan KWOZ for the BoatAnchorNet. I'm cheating a little bit here. I'm talking on an old Kenwood 440, and I'm using a BoatAnchor microphone that I got from Jay. It's Electro Voice 664, and it's probably the heaviest thing that's sitting on this desk here. I'm driving a homebrew 3811As with the now that power supply for that thing is a BoatAnchor, but it's a very compact amplifier I built there. In fact, today I was doing some work on it to bring it up so I can operate 80 through 10 meters. Yeah, it'll operate on CB and 17 too, in case anybody is interested. And driving a 2-band bazooka up about 35 feet, and that's about it from here. I also put some LED lights in the meter on this. It looks pretty snazzy now for a homebrew piece of crap. That's it from here, Jay. Thanks very much for letting us in, KWOZ.
No problem, man. Anytime. All right, there was a gentleman from Nederland, Texas, I believe. Come with your call sign and go ahead and tell us what you got.
W5KO.
All righty, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening to the net there. This is Dave, W5KO. On the 520 Kenwood, MC50 mic, and a homebrew 813 amp. And the antenna is just a dipole. Apex is about 25 foot up here at the lake here in Oklahoma, Jay. Everybody sounding good tonight there. Go ahead, W5KO.
All righty, thank you, sir. We're here every Wednesday, but you know that. All right, anyone that we've missed for the BoatAnchor's Unlimited Net, come now, please.
Alpha 5, Alpha Sierra.
All righty, the DSS, go ahead.
Yeah, this is WA5GSS. Name is Bill. We're in Kerrville, Texas. We've been here about a year. Always heard the hill country was cooler than everywhere else. I think that's a misnomer or a old wives' tale or fake news or whatever you want to do. It's just as hot here as it is everywhere else, I think. We're running a TS520 tonight. I don't know if that really qualifies as a boat anchor, but this unit was manufactured in 1974. I think this is one of the radios that puts the boat anchor, the old boat anchor, the old tube sets out of business, if I know my history right. Anyway, we got the whole station here. We're driving it with an MC50 mic, and we're running barefoot. Don't have an amp on this rig, so I'll turn it back to you, JW.
That's a long time. Close enough. There's a lot of them out there. They're bullets too. They seem to be anyway. They're kind of like an old Chevy truck. I think there's more of them left on the road than most anything else. Thanks for checking in. Who else is the Boat Anchors Unlimited tonight?
W5HH2.
Well, go ahead, Henry.
Got a little test tonight there, Jay. Good evening to everybody. Been putting my old 813 amp on. I hadn't had it on a long time. Got an old TS900 on, and so I've got both of them on for a while. They've been sitting over here gathering dust, and I hope they sound okay. Other than that, that's about all I got, and just say good evening to everybody on the net.
Well, sir, you're 20 over down here on this common KWM.
Everything was, okay. So appreciate it. You go ahead and get on back with the net, and everybody have a good day.
Oh, poor guy. How'd you like to take another run at it?
Well, I don't know about the running part, but I'll take another stroll into boat anchor land.
We'll go right ahead. 10-5 QS, 35C. Yeah.
Unlimited, come now, please, sir. Well, I guess not. W5XU, W5CMK in the boat anchor.
Good afternoon, W5XU. Good morning.
Yeah, just want to say hello. Hadn't heard you in a while. How was your trip?
Oh, it was good. 16 hours going up, 12 and a half coming down. It was good. The weather wasn't quite cooperative. We kind of missed a couple of our good buddies that we were hoping to be able to be there, but understand all that going on. It was a good trip to the point where we had some really good talks, a couple of nice show and tells, and a lot of good eyeball QSOs. One of the real benefits of that was the fact that what we talked about and what we heard, you never get at a ham fest. You never get the round table talk about how to fix things, the round table talk about what is the best of this, what is the best of that. It was real rich. I hate to see it go, but it just couldn't sustain itself. Not enough people. Anyway, glad to hear that at least this is continuing to go on. W5XU.
All right, good deal. Yeah, it's going to be another one of those things that passes by the wayside, and we'll all talk about it. Well, I never made it over there, but I know you and Lynn did, and I think Joseph made it over there one time. But anyway, all right, good deal. Appreciate you coming back to me there, David. Tell your young bride I said hello.
I will do that. She's covered up with a blanket and watching television. That's good.
There you go. All right, this is W5CMK in the Boat Anchors. If anyone would like to check in with the Boat Anchors Unlimited net, come now with your call sign suffix, please. Kilo Charlie 5 Lima. KC5L, go ahead.
Yeah, KC5L just want to say good evening to everyone on the Boat Anchors Net. Name is Tom. I'm in San Antonio. and just running a modern rig, but I have a question for the net concerning the Central Electronics 200B. Over.
Well, I'm going to let my driver, my limousine driver, answer that question. It's such an easy one. Hey, Lynn, you want to jump in here?
Well, yeah, let's say hello to Tom, but we probably better get Joseph since he checked into the net on his. Hey, Joseph, you still over there? Mr. EIJ, where'd you go? Well, Tom put the question to me, and we'll see what we can do.
Okay, well, the question is, does the circular frequency readout, the circular tuning dial, does it turn at the same rate as the coarse frequency adjustment knob, or is it supposed to turn at 1/2 the rate of the coarse frequency adjustment knob? And I would imagine this applies to the 100B as well. Mine turns at the same rate, and I think it's wrong because 10 kc of frequency change on the dial results in 5 kc of actual tuning, actual frequency change. And I think I've got a seized bearing in the tuning, in the mechanical tuning arrangement that is causing the circular dial to turn at the same rate as the coarse tuning adjustment when it should be turning at 1/2 the rate. But I've only had experience with this one radio and was looking for confirmation from someone without any tuning issues to kind of confirm how it's supposed to work. Over.
It's been about 3 years since I had a 100B here, and I think that your assumption is correct, but I better not be the final word on that. EIJ, Joseph, are you there yet? Well, send WA5EIJ an email and ask him, Tom.
Okay. Roger. I'll reach out and see how it works. Over.
Yeah, because I think you're right, but it's been too long, and I better not be the one to answer. But Joseph, WA5EIJ was on with the 200B here just 30 minutes ago, and he would have been the best guy to answer the question.
Okay, was that Whiskey Bravo 5?
WA5EIJ.
WA5, got it. All right, back to that, KC5L.
Okay, back to you, Guy.
Okay, thanks, Lynn. Yeah, y'all are out of my wheelhouse on that stuff. All right, this is W5CMK and the Boat Anchors Unlimited. If you'd like to check in with us, come now with your call sign suffix, please. Well, yeah, we might have gotten everybody that wants to talk on this hot old July night.
Well, you know, and the band is just beginning to open. It's actually, when I look out the window, beginning to look like evening instead of mid-afternoon. Let me make a quick one. Anybody want to talk boat anchors tonight? This is K5LYN. I'm listening.
Hello, WD5ADC.
Okay, I got ADC, and I've either got Perry or Steve up in Zero Land. We'll figure out who it was. ADC, Rick, pick it up.
Well, good evening, Lynn, everybody in the net. This is Rick, located in Harlingen, and tonight I am on the Gossett GSB 100, Drake 2B receiver, 104 mic, and 3001 amp into a inverted V up about 30 feet.
Well, that's the station to die for back in 1961, I'll tell you for sure. And it might be the station to die for today.
Yeah, I was about 10 years old in 1961. I didn't own one of these until the 70s.
Well, I was a kid. I was 14 going on 15, and it was a real friend. Everybody knew that the Drake 2B was about the best receiver you could buy except for a Collins, but it was always an argument, is it a GSB 100 or an HT37 the best of the two rigs? And the bottom line is they were both great.
What was the price difference on these things?
Well, I think they were pretty similar in price, but the difference was the HT37 was a whole lot easier to tune up. It had a power output indicator, and you just tuned it for maximum output, and that was it. Whereas the load and dip and stuff that you do on the GSB 100, a lot of people got tired of doing that when they saw that the 37 was easier.
Oh yeah, a little better technology.
Anyway, you got a beautiful signal.
Okay, I hear you real well tonight, too. In fact, everybody, the band's in pretty good shape. Opened up here for me in the last 30 minutes or so. Everybody's come way up.
How's your warm-up time on that? You're always exactly on frequency. Do you turn it on hours before, or how long does it take to stabilize?
Well, I turned this thing on I turned it on about, an hour and a half ago. I've got a frequency counter on it, and I use the spot function to dial it in.
Okay, yeah, that'll work fine. Nicely done. Anything else for the net tonight?
No lead, 7-3.
Okay, all right. We heard two folks from up north, but it was a double during the check-in, and I don't know if it was Perry or if it was Steve. Whoever it was, talk to us. Yeah, hi, Perry. Hey, we heard you on 20 meters on the vintage sideband net the other day. I could hear you pretty well.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm on the ASP 102 right now, so I hope it's working, doing its thing. Still need another capacitor, but anyway, we got her up and running. So I'm thinking about that. Everybody's been on the mic tonight. When I bought this radio, it came with and I'm using it, a Pure 450. It's not the 444, it's the 450. Anyway, it looks the same on the outside. I don't know what the difference is. Anyway, that's the story here. Still got my old 75 meter inverted Z set with 450 on water line. So anyway, that's what we're up to here. And back to you, KB. You're okay.
Perry, I always say this to you. You put out the darndest good signal on 75 meters even before the band opens. It's amazing. You're doing fine into Austin tonight. And yeah, about the Shure microphones, you know, I think we all grew up with D104s and liked them a lot, but as the crystals fail, we all end up on Shure, and I'm no exception. This is a 444, over.
Roger, right, it's Rusty's rebuild kit in a power supply. I still need to get another capacitor. I'm looking for a 10 US 150 volt I can't remember what the name is. You can insert both ends. It's an electrolytic capacitor I need. So one of these days I'll find one somewhere. If I call Rusty, he'd probably send me one over.
Well, that doesn't seem like that would be that hard of one to find. There'll be plenty of places online, but if you happen to have any kind of electronic supply store that's worth a darn at all, even a Fry's Electronics, which none of us like, I think they'll have that in stock.
Yeah, it's what I'm going to have to order from someplace. I'm in this little community here. We don't have anything like, any electronic stores at all. So anyway, but the radio's running without it, so.
Say that again. I missed the last part.
Without it, over.
Well, maybe you don't need it. What does it do in the radio?
I'm trying to learn all this stuff, so I'm not for sure. It hits the rate on the phone. The adjustment on the phone. Radio and then goes to ground, passes side to ground. So I'm not for sure what it does. I think it has something to do with the noise. Noise maybe. I'm not for sure.
Okay, yeah, I'm not familiar either. Well, okay, Terry, it's good to hear you, and yeah, you can get that online. That's not going to be a hard one to find. Anything else for the net this evening?
That capacitor, and it's almost, the 101, not judicious, but anyway, so yeah, that's the whole deal. Anyway, thanks, Ray, for getting me in back. You're here to get even all the way around. Everybody here on the BoatAnchorNet, I sure enjoy working with everybody. I'll shut up now. JB, do you over?
Yeah, this was the first time I'd heard you on 20 last Sunday afternoon, but you're stronger right now here on 80 meters than you were on 20. That just shows how weird things are, and you got louder the longer you talk. All right, let me see if there's anybody else wants to talk to me, and then I'll give it to Jay and let him put out a call, see if anybody wants to talk to Jay. Anybody else for me tonight? K5LYN, listening? Wow, that was a bunch of people trying. Space them out a little bit. I couldn't get all those at the same time.
WK5R recheck.
K0, Sierra Echo Delta.
Okay, Steve, hang on. Rusty, go ahead.
Yeah, what was the value of that capacitor that Perry needed?
Well, I think it was 10 microfarads at 150 volts, I think. Perry, was that right? There you go, Rusty.
Yeah, let me go look at my supply. If I got one, I'll just send you one.
He's going to see if he can pick you up, Perry. Okay, you guys can get together on that. And thanks for the offer of helping, Rusty. SED, Steve, talk to us.
Well, good evening, Lynn. All the boat anchors. Another one of those warm days in Tyler, Texas, but not as much humidity, so it wasn't too terrible bad. I'll be glad when this stuff is over. Tonight I'm on a Kenwood 520 to 3001, dipole up about 40-odd feet. That's about it. Tyler, Texas. Thank you, Lynn. K0 SCD.
Hey, it's working fine. It's working fine, Steve. Always have a nice signal into Austin. Okay, KM5QS. Jay, to get your call right this time, K5LYN.
Okay, I was just trying to count up how many 3001s we've heard tonight. Looks like 8 or 10 so far, I believe. And that deal Perry was talking about, the MT-102 didn't have a built-in phone patch, did it? Maybe that's what it's, because if it's not affecting the radio, well, anyway, whichever. All right, let's see what I can find, and then I'll give it back to John. This is KM5QS again with BoatAnchorNet. Anybody that we've missed, so far we broadcast 28 total. Anyone else out there that would like to check in with us, come down, please.
Jay, I've got one thing for Lynn.
Okay, go ahead.
Lynn, do you get the Collins Collectors Association publication, The Signal?
Yeah, I do.
Did you see the latest edition?
I don't think I've gotten one here lately. Maybe it hadn't come yet, or maybe I haven't paid attention to it or something. But I'll look, Mike.
Okay, what? I just got mine, and it has the and I can't remember where I heard about this. I went through a tour of Boeing back in April, and maybe I saw this when I was going through the Boeing plant, but they've got Art Collins on these Norwegian 787 Dreamliners. They've got I guess you would call it a portrait, mural, whatever, on the tail section. And it's, it has his name, Arthur Collins, American radio communications pioneer. And they've got several of these. Of course, most of them are Norwegians, but I guess they call them tail heroes or something like that. But they're putting them on their new 787s. I thought it was a pretty neat tribute.
Boy, it sure is. No, I didn't know that, and thanks for telling us. I'll see what else I can find about that. You mean like every one of those jets is going to have that on there?
Well, no, this is for Norwegian Air.
Okay, just for that airliner. Still, that's very nice. Norway, huh?
Yeah, correct. I'm not sure how they picked Art Collins. They listed several others. And I'll finish reading the article. But I had seen this somewhere else, and I'm trying to remember where. But anyway, it's now not just hearsay. They're showing a picture of a jet or one of the jets and people out front from Collins' organization, including Michael Collins.
Well, that's very cool. And you know, those of us that have explored what a Collins mechanical filter is, I mean, it was, and he didn't invent it, but he put it to work, you know. But the idea of going from the idea of a tuning fork, a piece of metal that vibrates at just one frequency, and making that a filter in a radio was an amazing thing to do, and it still is today.
Oh yeah, well you're absolutely right. So anyway, you got something to look forward to in that next issue.
Yeah, thanks for the information. We'll check it out.
W85MTT back to net control.
I guess that was Jay, wasn't it, Jay?
Yeah, it was. I think, I'm still here. I'll try one more time, and then I'm going to give it to Guy. Anyone we've missed, come on in. Well, I'm not even hearing crickets, guys, so I guess do what you got to do. AM5QA.
All right, Jay, we'll throw it out there one more time for another go-round, see if anybody wants to talk to me about boat anchor equipment or anything related. Come now with your call sign suffix.
N5DMC.
DNC, go ahead.
Yeah, this is N5DMC, Doug's Modulated Carrier. Yeah, quick comment on Collins' mechanical filters. I had a mentor, old Walter Meyer, out there in Silicon Valley. He had a mechanical engineering degree, and in the early 60s he was employed by Collins Radio. And he actually saw the first Apollo signal disappear behind the moon at Goldstone parabolic antenna installation there, not far from Edwards Air Force Base. But in any event, he designed and installed an automated ferrite processing machine. And he told me the secret was to, there was I guess an automatic testing where the piece of I think it was maybe just a ferrite ring or a core. I think he called it a core, and it would come down this assembly line, and each it had about I think 6 of these little stations, and it just popped onto a bobbin, and it went through an automatic test, and whatever frequency that it was resonant on, then it would be flagged, and then this little sheet metal finger would come out and catch it coming down this little belt. And it would pop into a little cup, and that would be for a certain specific frequency that that mechanical filter part was pre-screened for. So I thought that was a pretty neat little story he told me. He said it was automated. So anyway, that's it. N5DMC.
All right, good deal. Yeah, that's a pretty neat little story. Looking back at things like that. Make you wonder how in the world they make it work so fast now. But anyway. All right, anybody else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited, come now with your call sign suffix, please. Well, hearing none, I believe I'm going to turn this back to normal amateur use from W5CMK and the Boat Anchors.
Great net tonight, K5LYN.
Yeah, it was. We had 28 people checked in, including ourselves, then, and 9 30L1s were on the net tonight. Of course, 2 of those are mine, but even so, out of 28 people, 8 30L1s is a pretty good percentage.
That's 32,811 A's.
Well, Jay, how many had Shure 444s?
About 6.
It's a bloody good microphone.
I don't know. I kind of relate to the 30L1. And 444s are a proven microphone. I've got no doubts about that whatsoever. I've just always been lucky enough to get everything done with Electro Voice. So, whatever works.
Well, I'm not as rich as you.
What do you mean rich? I'm a bargain hunter.
Yeah, I got a 664 here, and I never have been able to get it to work on this Drake stuff.
What's the electric voice?
Guy?
It's an electric voice 664.
I'll be darned.
It's a little tricky.
Do what, Dan?
They're a little tricky, but the schematic that's on the internet is pretty easy to follow if you just keep track of which wires are which in there.
Oh, okay. Well, one of these days when I have less to do than what I have to do today, or this week, or this month, or this year, maybe I'll dive off into it. How you doing tonight, Dan?
Fine. Well, when the weather cools off, it'll give you more time.
Well, that's a true fact.
Guys, on some of those 664s, all the instructions you need and schematics are printed right there on the side of it.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've looked at it, Jay. It's up on top of the shelf there with a Crown Royal purple bag over it to keep the dust off of it.
There you go.
Well, it works great on my FT950, but I never have been able to get it to work on the Drake stuff. I ordered one of those little doodads from Heil that you use the push-to-talk button and plug it into the Drake with the 3/16 plug, and I've done everything every which way I could do to try to figure it out to make it run. So one of these days it'll be like a light bulb coming on when I figure it out.
Well, if it's working good on your 950 and it won't work on the Drake, it's probably set for low heat.
Well, I've tried it both ways.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, W5CMK clear for a little bit.
KM5, QS.
Hey, Lynn? Uh-oh. Who was that asking about the bearings on the tuning rate on the Central Electronics? Anybody remember?
KC5L, Tom.
Okay, I think Sammy had that same issue with one of his, and it was a chore, but I believe he fixed it.
No, this KC5L, I don't think he fixed it because I had the 200B that Sammy used to have. I bought it from him himself.
You got that from Sammy?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I thought he had one that had the odd tuning rate, and he found out it was a bearing, like you said, but I thought he had fixed it.
Well, it could have been a different 200B, but I suspect it was probably the same one.
Roger.
Is that you, Dan?
No, this is not me, Charles. How are you doing?
Doing all right.
Good evening.
Good evening to you. Who's that?
It's just somebody answering your call.
Oh, we'll call you No Name. How about that?
That's close enough. K.W. Rose.
The man with no name. I think he made a Western movie, didn't he?
Yeah, spaghetti Western.
Clint Eastwood.
No, you talking about My Name is Nobody?
Well, Charlie, one thing for sure, it doesn't seem to matter what the band conditions are, you're always hammering in here.
Yeah, usually you are too.
I'm only running about 550 watts tonight, though. It's a homebrew amplifier.
I'm running 1200 tonight.
Man.
That's about all I'm doing. 555.
I'm doing 1200. You guys got to pump it up.
How about legal limit? I've only got 3 cripples in here.
Oh, wait, 3 cripples?
You got a 3 possum.
About 2 times the legal limit.
There you go.
Hey, Dan, every time can you hear the bone sound every time I unkey this thing?
I thought I could before, but not every time, no.
Okay, well, I'm hearing it. I never hear it except when I got the headphones on. And when, it's just like somebody hitting the side of aluminum tube.
I thought you were wrapping a hammer onto a bucket every time you keyed up.
Well, actually, I do it when I key up. It's when I unkey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when you pull the hammer away from the bucket, it doesn't make any noise.
Yeah, this is the Electro Voice answer to the Roger B. I know they call it a courtesy beat, don't they?